Hi guys, it's Michelle, Angry Spider Racing. We're just working on the car, and as you can see there, we've got another person. So this is Hannah, and as we've mentioned in previous videos, she is the lady that does all our composite panels. She usually works in a different garage, which is why you don't really see her that often, but she's in the background making these beauties.
For when Michelle crashes.
Yeah. So these are the rear quarter panels for the Porsche, and she's kindly brought them down for us, all been freshly made, and you can see the fluffy bits. So that's how they'd usually come out of the mould, and then these straight edges here obviously been trimmed down to fit where we need it. So we're just putting them where they need.
That needs a bit more off the bottom.
So it's all a case of trial and error, cut a little bit, obviously try it, and then obviously keep messing with it. So the moulds for these are fairly old. They're about maybe 10 years now, if not more. So over time, they do warp and things like that. So that's why you've just got to push it around and fit it where it needs to. So we've got one this side and obviously one the other side. And if you want, we can see what it looks like fully out of the mould. So all the fluffiness. So that'll be obviously chopped off. All the edges sanded down, ready to prime and everything. And then the reason why they've got a lot of work to do is because Rob made these in haste, let's say.
Without me.
So they're not the usual spec our moulds are, but they work, so it's fine. This is Rob's attempt at a straight line.
So yeah, we're fitting the panels. Then I said to Rob, just draw me a quick line where you want me to trim it all up. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different options there. Which one do you reckon we go for? So trim and guess.
Let's give it a whirl. So we've just been prepping the rear quarters, and as you can see, we use Cleco clips. There we go. And basically what they are is little clips, and they're quite small. So what it does is you can, I'll grab a new one for you. So you squeeze them together, and with the end being quite small, you can basically put it in a special little tool that they get you, and it just pops it out just like that. So because it's little, you can put it in, you can set it where you need it, and then you can take them off and on, off and on, off and on, so you don't have to keep drilling rivets out. And then when you're ready to put the panel on completely and properly, you can then drill it out a little bit bigger for your rivets, and you won't even know there's any extra holes there. So that's what we're doing at the moment. So we've done one side, and then we'll show you the next side in a minute. Right guys, that is them all mounted. So see the Cleco clips that we mentioned earlier? So they're just roughly holding it on for us at the moment and where we need it. And then what we'll do now is prep them down, because like we say, the moulds that we're using, because they're fairly old, they do leave the surface quite rough, so they do need a bit of prepping before you obviously prime them and everything else. So that is them held on. It's time to do a bit of prep work, and then we will be back with you soon. So we've started prepping the panels down, so they've now been sanded. There is a bit more work to do on them, but obviously just to make it smooth from, like I mentioned earlier, because they were a bit rough. So we've sanded it down, we've cut out the archway, so obviously that'll fit the wheel. We've still got a little bit to do here, but this is where the rear bumper goes, so until that's mounted, we won't cut that off, because obviously once you've taken it off, you can't put it back on, so that'll stay there. Rear lights have been cut out ready, and then yeah, it's just a case of sanding it a bit more, get all the imperfections out, and then if there's any like little pinpricks or holes from where the gel coat, where there's been a bit of air trapped in the gel coat, and it's caused a bubble, that'll get filled in with filler, obviously sanded back, ready to prime. So we'll prime the car with these off, so then it gets in all the nook and crannies, then everything's painted properly, and then when it comes to actually putting colour on, these will go back on for a respray of the whole car. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date. We've done the other side as well, so yeah, we'll update you as we can. So Rachy is all primed, so she's all white now, rather than all the multicolours coming through of the different layers of paint. So now what we are doing is we've fitted the rear quarter panel. So we've primed behind there and then obviously fitted it completely, and we've used the Tiger Seal as the main bonder, and then also used rivets as well just to give it that extra hold. And then we've gone over all the rivet heads by grinding off the heads just ever so slightly and keying the fibreglass just to put a little bit of filler over, and then that way once it's painted and everything you won't even tell that they're there. So that's what we've been doing. So we're just waiting for the filler to dry, and also we have put a little bit of Tiger Seal like down the edges there and also at the bottom, just again give it a bit more of a sleeker look. And then what we'll be doing is sanding it all back, ready for that to be primed, and then for the rest of the car to be painted. And then inside, that's what we'll be painting grey. And that again will just make it look really nice and neat. And then if we do scuff or scrape it, it's easy enough to just touch it up and it'll look new again. So yeah, we'll catch up with you soon, hopefully with the new colours and everything. So the outside will be going pink as normal, and then the grey on the inside. So please like the video and